All right, first of all, welcome, and thank you all for joining us today. This is a very special celebration for an incredibly successful mission, historic mission. The reason it was so successful was really because of the hard work that was done by all the teams, a massive team, and that includes the folks at the EGS folks out at the Cape, the SLS teams in Marshall, and of course the Orion team here, and our partners, the Lockheed Martin partners up in Denver, and the European partners. It was truly a team effort, and that's why we were so successful. And with that, I'm going to let Debbie Korth, the Deputy Program Manager for Orion, say a couple words.
Just a real quick couple words. I can't say it any better than Rick did. I mean, what an incredible mission. I'm watching this rocket here. It makes me want to tear up and cry all over again. It's just amazing. So thank you so much for all your, just fabulous support throughout the whole mission. We wouldn't have been able to be successful without this team in this room. So really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Debbie. Appreciate it. And then let's see, Judd, if you want to say a couple words.
Sure. So I'll say, echo what Rick said. Great job, everybody. We had a couple of things on ascent, a couple of things on entry, and you guys worked through it flawlessly, right? We really did demonstrate the foundations of flight operations in this mission, right? We were disciplined, confident, competent. We showed the programs through our competence. What it looks like to operate a space vehicle in lunar space. We were responsible for the vehicle, right? We demonstrated teamwork, and we were tough, right? And vigilant, right? So all of that to say, you guys did a great job of demonstrating to both the enterprise and the programs what kind of level of competence, tough and competent it takes to operate these kind of vehicles. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Judd. Appreciate it. So let's see, Artemis 1. This is my fifth lead flight assignment, and I said it the previous four, and I'll say it again on this one. For me personally, choosing an individual or discipline to hang the plaque is, in my mind, probably one of the most challenging responsibilities of a lead flight director. I mean, you work with this team for so long, so hard to prepare for the mission, and then we go and execute it. It's just, it is truly a team effort. Artemis 1 was a little bit different in that the length of time we took to prepare for it. If you go back and look at the data, I'm not blaming. No, we actually started building flight products in 2018. The first flight rule package we took to the ECB was the end of April of 2018. And if you're counting, we took 44 packages to the ECB, and then 6 additional PCNs. If that's not good enough, majority of the lead team, myself included, actually supported the EFT-1 mission in December of 2014. And if that wasn't enough, let's see, a couple of weeks ago, we had our last flight ops telecon, Wednesday morning flight ops telecon. And after the meeting, I got an email from one of the flight controllers, Booster John Redding. He sent me an email, and it was a notice for one of our early Wednesday morning tag-ups. And it was dated April 21st, 2009. I mean, that's a bit of a career right there. So the bottom line is we've been working this mission for so long, and it's through the hard work and dedication of this lead team. I think that literally they are all deserving to hang the plaque. And if I had my way, I would hold the ladder and have them all hang the plaque. So anyway, that's not an option. And but staying true to the safety culture here at NASA, I have selected 2 ladder holders, and then to steady the ladder as the plaque hanger hangs the plaque. So let's see, first ladder holder. All right, this individual and their team, unfortunately it's become painfully obvious as to who I'm picking in just a short while, but I wanted it to be a surprise. But anyway, okay, this individual who led the team that was responsible for bringing down all that amazing imagery, all that vehicle telemetry, and it was massive effort, and it only got more challenging as the mission went on when we started adding the developmental flight test objectives and additional requests for vehicle telemetry, additional imagery requests, and it was such a challenge that they ended up bringing in extra personnel to support from the MIPSR to help manage it all. And it literally, it started on day one, and it didn't end until right before CMS and SEP on entry day. It was a massive effort, and largely why this mission was such a success. So the first ladder holder representing the C&DH group, John Polkamp. All right, second ladder holder. Let's see, this individual and their group, in my mind, probably had the steepest learning curve of all the disciplines for this, preparing and executing this mission. You know, pretty much all the disciplines had a heritage system that in some fashion had flown on previous vehicles and previous missions, but not so much with this discipline. And although what we did on Artemis 1, we've done before, and that is leave low Earth orbit and go to the moon. It hadn't happened in a long time, and none of us, including myself, were here last time we did this over 50 years ago. And although the physics haven't changed since then, but the tools that we used in order to execute it are dramatically different. And the main tool they used, the two-level targeter, it's used to build the burn plan and solutions for each of the burns. That tool has never flown in space before, so it was the first time. And they did an amazing job maintaining the trajectory for the mission and accomplishing the full mission. In addition to that, they were responsible for, on a daily basis, providing alternate early return trajectories that we would execute in the event that Orion sustained a failure in one of the critical systems. And then, if that wasn't enough, on entry day, they had some issues targeting RTC-6, which was the last correction burn before entry, and it's the one that ensured that Orion hit the inter-interface corridor. They worked through those issues and nailed it, and Splashdown was really impressive because of it. So for the second ladder holder, representing the FIDO team, Charlie Barrett. All right. And last but not least, the honor of hanging the plaque. This individual and their group were instrumental in the overall success of the Artemis 1 mission. Not only that, they were actually had a hand in ensuring that we had a full duration mission. Right after ascent, the two Star Trackers were showing off nominal conditions. And the rules, if you lose one of them, then it's an early return. But they worked with the Orion engineering team. They figured out that the Star Trackers were still providing good data. We were still getting intermittent toggling of failure indications, which made it suspect. So we were kind of waiting for that hammer to fall, but it never did. It was a steep learning curve for how we now know how those boxes operate in this environment. Then they also had to deal with ranging issues pretty much the entire mission. Some of them were because of the ground sites, some of them were because of their own tools. We learned a tremendous amount about how to work with the network and our tools that we'll be tweaking before we fly the crew on Artemis 2. Yeah, after OPF, the onboard state walked off like 100,000 feet, and they worked through that and figured out that it was just a changing gravitational environment that Orion was flying through as it goes by the moon. Like I said, it was a learning curve. And then finally, I talked about how they contributed to the success of the mission. They built and hawked the attitude timeline and all the associated constraints that go with it, which is a massive challenge, especially with the addition of all the extra developmental flight test objectives. So the honor of hanging the plaque representing the GNC team, Refugio, or commonly called Fuji Molina. You guys on either side? Joe will be on
And just for photos, can you hide your badges, please? Looks good. Okay, put here, and we take a practice shot, 1, 2, 3. We'll just check it. Again, ready? Ready, 1, 2, 3. Looks good, thank you.
All right. Hold the ladder. Hold the ladder. We're all watching. Make us proud. Thank you, Charlie. All right, told you it'd be short and sweet, so I might have set a record, but I really do appreciate everybody coming out. This was a historic flight, and I know it's going to be a while before our next one, but this is going to be ever in history, so thanks for your support. Again, I don't know how this mission could have gone any better, and it's all because of the work done in this room by all these folks, as well as the others, so thanks. Have a great day.